morning, Ateneo. Start your day right with your morning wake-up call. Good morning, Ateneo. Energize your day with the lively, funny, and lovely tandem of Mir de los Santos and Ariel Dicson. Catch the latest news and stories around the campus. Good morning, Ateneo. Your daily dose of radio chikahan, tawanan, kantahan, and kwentuhan. Every morning, only here on the voice of the Blue Eagle, radyo-katipunan, 87.9 FM. Good morning, Ateneo. Mornings have never been this good.
To open our eyes and ears that we may see the face of Christ and hear His voice in our midst. For 28 years, Jesuit Communications has been promoting the Catholic faith and serving the nation through both traditional and new media. Hear us tackle national issues in light of Christian values on Usapang Kapatid, Pasakalye, and Radio Veritas. Watch our uplifting reflections on Kapet Pandasal and The Word Exposed, as well as our acclaimed TV specials. Listen to the inspiring and soothing music of Jesuit Music Ministry's original artists as you read our spiritually enriching books. To learn more about jescom's mission of evangelization and education, follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and our website, jescom.ph. To give a face to the faceless and a voice to the voiceless, that we may recognize Christ in them and hear His story in theirs.
Radyo, 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 katipunan, radyo, katipunan, radyo, katipunan, radyo, radyo, katipunan, radyo, katipunan. Voice of the Blue Eagle, kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay atenista, sa loob sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng kwela. Radyo, 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 katipunan, radyo, 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 katipunan, radyo, radyo, katipunan, radyo, katipunan. Kawal ni Ignacio, katipunero, sugod, todo sa kayod, dunong at tulog. Lipat na Blue Eagle, galing giting nagigil. Blue and white, one big fight. Radyo, 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 katipunan, radyo, 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 katipunan, radyo, radyo, katipunan, radyo, radyo, katipunan, radyo, 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 katipunan, radyo, katipunan.
Radyo, 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 katipunan, radyo, katipunan, radyo, katipunan, radyo, 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 katipunan, radyo, 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 katipunan. Voice of the Blue Eagle, kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay atenista, sa loob sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng kwela. Radyo, 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 katipunan, radyo, 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 katipunan, radyo, radyo, katipunan, radyo, katipunan. Kawal ni Ignacio, katipunero, sugod, todo sa kayod, punong at tulong.
Mga katipuneros, it's time to level up! Your talk variety program showcasing the best in media and other fields. As we feature the most loved personalities and the best practices of what we truly refer to as Magis. Together with multi-awarded multimedia guru Mr. Noel Ferrer, let's all level up every Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. here on radyo-katipunan 87.9 FM.
Level up, we're here now. Okay, James? Okay, all good already, all the best. And as we continue to our efforts towards healing and moving forward, here on Level Up, today's very special kasi I told this person that one of my greatest blessings in the past campaign and the elections was reconnecting with her. Kasi halos sabay kami lumaki sa industriya, meaning nag-grow sa media. And the rest, I want her to be the one to like tell the story. So, friends, a person who has evolved to someone more beautiful than the camera can capture. At least I can say that now. Rica Peralejo Bonifacio. Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Rica.
Hi, good afternoon, Noel, and to everyone who's listening. Yes, it is such a blessing to reconnect with you and so many other people during the campaign.
Yes, and well, let's put the date, no? It was in Iloilo when we both enjoyed the Eli Bandia experience. First,
Oh my
diba?
gosh. Yes.
Ibang klase yun. And then, followed by Zamboanga. But then, I think the reconnection happened instantly because we were in a cause beyond us. Di ba, parang, and suddenly, yung connection nandun, and all along pala, we valued and we loved the same people and the same principles. So, how did that feel? Ako talaga parang inakap kita talaga noon at there was a certain stillness, Marix. Yung tipong, ang payapa ni Rica, oh.
Yeah. I think you feel that way because you also saw me naman na hindi ganon. Kumbaga may
Totoo
comparison ka na
rin.
before I wasn't that peaceful naman, and I'm guessing lang na you're looking at someone who has found her place in the world na ito pala yung gusto niya.
Oo, Rix, totoo. Kasi, or we were in a world na dapat aligaga ka, di ba? Parang gano'n, we were in a world na ang bilis-bilis. Truth be told, I left Ateneo because I had to do ASAP. Yun parang when Apo was doing the daily grind already, we were supposed to do a major show every weekend. And Rico was part of it. We were the ones who started it. And she was really starting as a kid. And well, ang hirap talaga. Nagtrabaho ka ng maaga. So namulat ka na ang bilis-bilis ng buhay. And we were there on Sundays, very important day. And now we value Sundays with our family. So it's really a very different setup.
So a part of that, Noel, I think is aging. And I saw your post with Isa. You said, I think we're getting old or something. Sabi ko, nakakatawa. That's really where we are right now. Na parang we feel like, ito na ba yun? Na tumatanda na tayo na we really like very different things and things that you wouldn't think you'd like when you were like much younger.
That's true, Rick. Number one, you know you're growing old if number one, you go to the mall early in the morning, di ba? Or
ayaw mo na ng tao.
Oo, ayaw mo na masyado doon. Di ba? It's the pandemic pa and all. The second, hindi ko alam, i-check ko to. Hot drinks more than cold.
Yes. Oh my gosh. That is so true. Like I was never like a tea person. Now I'm beginning to like tea. Then with the drinks, diba, before parang I would have drinks that would make me laseng. Now, it's drinks na I would relax. Kumbaga, I'll have a glass of wine, not because I want to get drunk or anything, but because I needed to just signal myself to calm down.
Totoo yan. Another one. Yan parang less and less people. Parang, ang daming acquaintance, no? Yung kumustahin mo, yun talaga, yung, when we say, how are you now, we really mean it. Yes. Kasi, yung mga how are you, papasing fancy lang yan, then eventually wala na. And we value really family time. Alam mo, we're one of few people in media na nagkukumahog umuwi.
Yes.
Yun talaga dati. Well, nung wala pang COVID, diba? Paagahan talaga yung mga tapings and all. So, looking back at your life in media, well, it's not as if you're gone. You're there because I know you helped pa Judy Ann in her book, and thank you for inspiring
Yes.
her to do that. But ano yung greatest learnings mo from media that you can share to people?
Well, I have a lot to thank traditional media for.
That's
Like
true.
what
Maganda
I
yung
do,
traditional, no?
'di ba?
Kasi
Kasi what I
ngayon,
do
kahit
right
sino na,
now,
di ba? Oo
yeah,
eh.
like new media. I think that I am largely still here. I'm still around because of how our parang training was
That's
before.
true. That's true.
Ibang-iba ang training kasi natin noon kaysa sa ngayon in the sense na you have employers, you have
That's true.
bosses. And it's hard to actually do stuff and create much for bosses because they will always be like a limiting
That's true.
entity, 'di ba?
That's
But
true.
it
There was
also
quality
pushes
control.
you.
Yes, there was
Yes.
quality control.
But it
Yes.
pushes you in a way that, I feel like hindi masyadong napupush in this day and age. Na kasi today,
That's true.
you're like,
That's
you just
true.
produce whatever and you're fine. But
That's
before,
true.
you have like a lot of eyes looking at your work and saying, but I need it to be like this. And,
That's
as
true.
much as minsan hindi ko yan na-miss kasi parang feeling ko naman, nakakalimit na talaga ng creativity.
Correct.
Maganda
Correct.
rin yung training na you get outside of your box na
That's
it's
true.
not everything that you like, ha?
That's
So
true.
you should do what you are supposed to do according to the goal.
Actually, yes.
Yun.
Pero
So yun yung isa sa mga
you were
gustong gusto
never
ko.
one who would wait for validation. We want affirmation, but we never depended on that. Yun naman siguro,
Yes.
we were independent thinkers. That's why, alam mo, I was, when asked about significant things that you did, I can very well single out one of my favorite movie of yours, Sa Aking Paghihintay. Uy,
Ay,
talaga.
alam
Oo.
ko.
Yung parang babalik-balikan ko, uy, nagawa ni Rica yun. And if
But
Rica
kasi
were,
naman, that's an Eric Mati.
no, but then, it may be an Eric Mati film, but if you didn't like it, parang, di ba? If you didn't allow
Yes.
yourself to be part of that process, wala rin, hindi rin
The truth
mangyayari yun.
is, when that was presented to me, I was like, wow, this is such an amazing launching film.
Totoo.
I mean, like, he explained to me that it was adapted from Great Expectations, ganyan.
Yes,
But
yes.
looking back, whenever I look at that movie, I'm thinking, this was not your typical box office kind of movie.
Oo.
It was too artsy. Sa totoo
Oo.
lang, pag pinanood mo yon, parang pang thinker siya na film.
Oo. Pero it's
So,
good to define you with that tipong, buti na lang nagawa ko yun, no?
yes, agree. And that's my point na parang, of course, when you're younger, you don't really analyze yourself so much. And then
That's
when you get
true.
older, you see a pattern. And I'm like, I never was one
Yes.
na for mainstream. Alam mo yung parang, I
Yes.
had to because my bosses, my networks would say, you needed to do something for mainstream. But if you were to leave me alone, I would always do something that was on the side, that was on the margins. Ganon.
Yes. And then will hit you in the gut. Ako talaga parang, uy,
Yes.
ang galing. Ang galing. And those are, di ba, the ones that are nakatatak sa history are the ones who go against it. Pero ang
Agree.
maganda lang, you can go against it if you know the rules. A lot of people just break the rules now without knowing them.
Knowing the rules.
So-
Yes. Oo,
so
correct.
at that point, I think you were guided well by your gut or probably your conscience and even your artistry. Kasi parang ako,
Yes.
uy, for Rica to have done something like that, may lalim ang bata. Kasi bata ka pa nun, no?
Oo.
Tapos next, talagang ako parang looking back at your career, parang ang ganda lang na nakuha mong iwan and then go to school and go to Ateneo. Sabi ko, uy, ilan yung gagawa nun? Ako talaga parang, grabe yung paghanga ko lang. Kasi even Janice, di ba? At a certain point, went to Ateneo and then did that. Why was there craving to finish school?
I think it was a couple of things na, at a certain point in your career, when you've been there for so long and you're
That's
like
true.
repeating over and over
That's
things that
true.
you've done forever,
That's
you kind of
true.
like want something new, right? So I didn't know back then that I was trying to find a way to reinvent myself, not intentionally, but I guess every
Correct.
human being is like that. Na parang, what's
Correct.
the next thing for me? So I think that's one. And then secondly, I saw a lot of people in my house. So I live in a house with like a lot of pamangkins, and then my sister also. They were all in school. And I kept looking at them and I'm thinking, parang they're so nice. It's so nice naman what they're doing.
Galing,
So
galing.
parang yon, naisip ko yun. Sabi ko, alam mo, why not tapusin ko kaya yung pag-aaral ko? Parang ganun lang yung pumasok sa isip ko. But I'll just give it a try because I've been out of it for so long. I don't even know if it's
Yes.
going to work.
And how was it? Kasi ako, I've always tried the balancing act of di ba, the discipline na academe and the creativity in media. Yan yung gusto nating mangyari. Kasi, well,
Right.
when you're deep into academe naman kasi, sometimes you're not cut out sa reality, no? Medyo hiwalay.
Yes. Ivory
Tap-
Tower-ish.
Totoo yun. Tapos nun, pagdating mo naman sa media, di ba meron yun, nagmi-meeting ka, tapos magsaset ka lang ng panibagong meeting, chikahan lang ng chikahan. So parang, how did you manage to like marry or try to blend both?
Oh my gosh, it's such a good question because I remember it very, very well. When I got out of school, so nakagraduate na ako, ganyan. So,
Yes,
syempre, ang
yes.
lola mo, masyadong, I want to write papers all my life. Ganon.
Oo oo.
Parang joke naman, no? Parang lahat na lang pag nanood ako ng movie, I wanna write a paper about this.
Your
Naging masyadong
paper?
academic.
Oo.
Oo, yung ganon. And then, that was the era of blogs. So, I started a
Yes.
blog for myself. Then I started writing. Then every time I would write, it was kind of like, ano to, parang pinasa mong paper sa teacher mo. So,
O sino
nobody
yung
reads it.
audience, di ba? Who are you trying to please?
Correct.
Di ba?
At saka, may audience, parang hindi siya nag-gain, na wala naman akong readership. Parang very few ang
Yeah.
nagbabasa. And you know,
Yeah.
it's not so much that I want a large readership.
Yeah.
But it's more of like, if this is not communicating my message well to the people I want to communicate it to, bakit pa ako nagsusulat, di ba?
Galing.
Inadjust
Kasi
ko.
Rex, di ba, palagi ang tanong natin whenever we do something, number one, para kanino? Bakit at para kanino?
Yes,
So
agree.
talaga malinaw talaga yon kung bakit. Malinaw yon. You wanna express yourself. And then, yung pangalawa, para kanino? Humbling yon, no?
Yes, at
Napaka-humbling
saka ano yun it's a major clarification from my
That's
end.
true. That's
Ano
true.
bang gusto mo talaga? Kasi meron namang mga trabaho na para sa'yo lang. Di gawin mo, okay, di gawin mo yun para sa sarili mo. Pero kung gusto mo talaga kumausap ng iba, hindi pwedeng hindi ka mag-a-adjust.
Correct. And it guided your life choices, no? Your answers to that guided your
yes.
life choices. Ang klaro kasi.
I
Well,
think that's the blessing of traditional media for me because we're so audience-driven
That's
that
true.
it taught me to always ask, what do they need? Whoever na
That's
parang
true.
pinatutunguhan
That's
ng aking
true.
trabaho. Ang
That's
kailangan
true.
kong ano po ang maisaserve ko sa inyo kasi kung manok po yung gusto ninyo pero beef ang gusto kong lutuin, hindi po talaga tayo magkakasundo, di ba?
That's true. It taught us to like consider the big picture. Di ba?
Yes.
Parang yun eh. Kasi
Oo.
a lot of our peers, alam mo naman yan, pag nag-usap-usap kayo, pinalalaki yung problema, ganun. Pero in the end, no, saan ba natin to dadalhin? Yun ang
Agree.
iisipin talaga.
Yes.
But ano pa yung ibang naka-influence sa'yo to have that kind of I guess, mindset? Kasi nag-iba talaga yung mindset mo. Who did you surround yourself with? Kasi isa sa mga lessons learned niyan, you are a sum total of the at least 5 people whom you interacted
Right.
with most closely, di ba?
Yes.
Sino
So
yan?
definitely that was like one would be my family. Then the
Yes.
other thing would be like that was also when I started to get to know God.
That's
Of course,
true.
no, I would
That's
pray
true.
naman before. Pero kasi
That's
pag bata ka, yung prayer mo ang babaw pa eh. Walang
That's
lalim.
true.
Kasi ito
That's
yung talagang nagkaroon ako ng major seeking of meron nga ba talagang mas malaking force out there sa akin? And when I got to know him, when I got to know Jesus, I didn't know that you could actually get into a relationship with him. I always thought kasi na distant, eto lang,
That's
magdadasal ka
true.
lang, mihiling-hiling ka lang ng kung ano-ano. This time, I got to know his word. I got very deep into it. I got to really talk to him. And it shaped me, it reshaped me in a very different way. Actually, I wouldn't naman say na completely reshaped as it is. Parang many of these things, he just called out of me na, alam mo,
Correct.
ganito ka
Correct.
eh. Tapos
Correct.
many
Correct.
things were explained. Like, I'm such an introvert, Noel. My gosh, I always call myself an introvert that was thrown into an extrovert's world. And I'm
Oo.
always
Ganun
so
naman.
awkward.
Yes.
Na
Yes.
parang, okay, I have to say hi to everyone. Not that I don't want to. It's just that it overwhelms me.
Pero alam mo,
So,
when I met you then, sabi ko, oo nga, she kept to herself, but she had something. Kasi meron naman, alam natin, kasi yung maingay, pero wala.
wali,
Normally, di
oo.
ba? May mga ganun
Actually,
naman.
oo. But
then,
yeah,
it was a potential one, or it was your naturaleza, siguro wanting to be tapped that way.
exactly. So I think na yung having been quiet and away from the limelight helped me understand myself in the light of everything, like my past, my present, and where I
That's
want to go
true.
for the future.
That's true. Kasi you're not one with big reactions. Siguro pag nakita natin yung mga kasama natin sa trabaho na, ay, ang laki ng reaction. Parang bigla na lang tayong matatawa doon. Pero yun ganun yung industriya natin. Parang you're called to really externalize things.
Correct.
But you had your way. Do you still have really good connected friends until now?
I do naman. Like, well, that's why you said no. I said that the campaign was such a blessing because I've reconnected with Jolina and Nikki,
Ang
who
ganda
were
nun,
like
no?
really, really good friends of mine naman. Kasi like si Jolina, ang TV yan. Si
Ang ganda nun.
Nikki, okay, fine, whatever, for many years. Like really, really super
That's true.
ka-duper BFF, ganyan.
At yung pinagdaanan niya, no? Ibang klase rin, no?
Oo,
Parang,
iba din. So parang, syempre, that was such a blessing for me. Other than that, I wouldn't say that I'm super well connected. I'm very bad at that. But
okay lang
I
yun.
don't,
Kasi di ba, parang ang learning din natin, another part for the learning so, no? We are defined by the things and people we say no to. Yun yung learning natin.
yeah.
Parang earlier on, sinabi, ay, hindi ako ganyan, hindi ako mag-gimmick, so wala na. Parang,
Oo.
pero ang sayang mag-no.
Oo, yes. At saka yung sinabi mo kanina na yung parang iilan na lang to. Kumbaga parang hindi ka na yung parang para sa lahat. 'Di ba nung bata tayo, everyone. Okay, accommodate ko. Habang tumatanda ka kasi, mas nagiging narrow, pero mas nagiging deep din naman.
That's true. Kaya hindi tayo after likes. Di ba?
Oo,
Social media
nasa
ngayon,
depth
eh.
na
Hindi
tayo,
talaga,
nandun na
eh.
tayo sa vertical relationships more than horizontal.
Totoo yan.
Na ang
Totoo
dami-dami
yan.
nga, pero ang babaw naman lahat, di ba? Pero
Totoo
ako ngayon,
yan.
maligayang-maligaya ako na ilan lang ito, pero talagang alam ko na gusto kong magtiwala
Dadalhin
sa
sa
kanila.
pagtanda, di ba? Oo, yun.
Correct.
Sabi ko yun sa'yo, yung tipong, yung kukumustahin mo, yun parang, and then eventually nurture that kind of relationship. So, well, ako yun. And then, and life is simplified. Really
Yes.
simplified. Kasi
Yes.
yung lifestyle change, lalo na dun sa mga, sa pinaglalaban nating prinsipyo, how can you like talk about, di ba, pagtitipid o pag-adjust para sa bansa?
Oo.
Tapos yung life mo, ostentatious, hindi talaga pwede.
Exactly. And you know, it's not that we're saying na people who
The
aren't
pride,
like
hindi
us
naman, yes.
are
yes,
not
yes.
good or not
Hindi,
right. But it's
yes,
more of
yes.
like, at this point in my life, I want to lessen the chances of argument with anyone who
That's
doesn't want to do it
true.
my way. I just
That's
want to go with
true.
people who agree with me, and then we'll walk together. And I can respect naman those who don't really think the way I do.
Ang galing.
We just don't, we're not naman required to have parties
Ang
together.
galing. Ang galing.
Diba?
But well, ito yung ano pa, after the political exercise, Rex, have you healed? I can read your
Ooh.
post. Parang ang dami pa ring mga ano, 'di ba? Mga issue ng mga tao. But how did you deal with it? Or paano nagmanifest sa yung ako talaga lungkot. Sinabi ko sa iyo, ito yun, yung lungkot na hindi mo maiiyak.
Oo.
Yun yung pinagdaanan ko, Rex. Parang, and then, last week I tackled, alam mo, yung sadness lang that's brought about by yung the change that we want in the country won't ever happen in your lifetime. Parang may ganun na ako, no? Totoo, ang hirap nun. Pero, God will always tell you, no, it's not the end product. It's not about yourself. It's not the result. It's the process. Ang hirap tanggapin nun, kapatid, pero, it's
yung
so
mahirap
humbling.
kasi sa dinidescribe mo, it's a bunch of very conflicting emotions. It's not linear at all. It's like it's not telling you, just be mad. Or it's not even just telling you, no, just be quiet. It's telling you, be all at once, do all of that because you need that to heal.
Naku, kung artista ka lang ngayon, ang galing-galing mo siguro kasi ang daming layers, di ba? Ng emotion, ng paghuhugutan, di ba?
Nakakaloka kasi talaga yung nangyari sa atin na yung parang up and down. It's not
That's
even
true.
like yung chronological process na parang day 1,
Hindi
you're
na.
mad. Day 2, ganyan. Ako, nakakatawa ako kasi akala ko, ay, okay na ako. Then one time, bigla kami nag-uusap ng kapatid ko, aba, in like 30 minutes, una sabihin ko, okay na ako, alam mo kasi ganito, I really think, I see the ganito, the ganyan. Tapos mamaya, ba't nagmumura na ako, kapatid?
Di ba yun yung demand? Yung tipong, kung masaya ka naman, if you're coming from a good place, dapat bumabait ka. Pero gusto mong sabihin, nanalo naman na kayo, mabait na lang tayong lahat. Parang please. Di ba? No, and during the campaign also, we saw that world, or that kind of camaraderie and the love and the caring that we wanted sana our country to have. Parang parang we still want to achieve that. We still want to empower people to be able to attain that. Pero
I know, it's really painful, and also at the same time, parang paano ka ba lulugar? Siguro yung pinakamasakit na question ngayon or pinakamahirap na question na sagutin paano ba ako lulugar given everything na nakita ko? Kasi marami tayong gustong gawin. Pero tutuloy pa ba tayo sa laban? I mean, like when I say laban na, you know what I mean? It's not so much that, makikipag-away tayo or anything, but yung parang how far should we take whatever we got from that campaign period towards the next season of the Philippines.
That's true.
Let's say lang, a lot of people will never be able to accept it coming from a camp such as ours.
That's true.
May ganun kasi na parang kahit tama naman yung ginagawa mo dahil brinand ka na lang na ganito, di tuloy nila matanggap. Na parang sa akin, pero mabuti naman yung ino-offer namin. It's not only about a candidate, but because you've been branded that way, it's so hard to move.
And so we revert to our little efforts. You know why? Because as good students, and you know that, and the training sa atin, we don't rock the boat. We really don't rock the boat. We find spaces where we can excel and then create some difference. Di ba? Parang ganun talaga yun. So, hindi pwede magawa sa macro level, sa the big system. Of course. Balik tayo sa bahay. Sa bahay now, kunyari, how can you be a better mother, a better partner? Yun talaga yun Dapat kaya kasi may consistency lahat yan. Hindi ako, like, kung sa sa tanong ng pagsisisi ba, hindi ako nagsisisi. Kasi tama naman yung ginawa ko. At tama naman din yung taong ibinoto ko at ikinampanya ko. Plus, may win ako na lumalaki ang mga anak ko na nakita to. Kaya kahit hirap na hirap ako, dinala ko yun. Dinala ko yun sa mga kampanya. Sabi ko, kailangan makita ninyo ito. Kasi sa akin, sige, sabihin na natin, natalo ako. Yung taya ko sa ngayon. Mayroon pa akong mga nire-raise na maliliit na anak sa bahay ko na mulat sa katotohanan. Kung yun man lang ipapanalo ko. Carry on, 'di ba? Ma-carry on nila ito into adulthood. That is my win. Hindi ko naman win lang na manalo lang ang kandidato ko Yes. And ang win natin is really goodness, truth, 'di ba? Agree. And yun talaga parang and even love and giving people hope. Yun siguro ganoon. Next. How about you being an artist? Nakikita mo ba? Kasi sa amin nila at this point, this is the time when artists are challenged. When times are not good or when times are challenging, yan yung time na yung artist should be using their power to create. Do you see yourself doing that soon?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I thought honestly when I went back to school that I would be parang, sige, goodbye na ako sa aking creative life.
Yes,
Ganon na
yes.
parang kasi ako talaga ang overall goal or dream ko in life ay maging professor. Gusto ko na
Ay,
talaga
galing.
mag gusto ko na magstay sa school ganyan.
Maganda.
Pero naniniwala rin kasi ako na parang hindi naman aksidente na nagkaroon ako ng pangalan at platform.
Totoo
And so I
yun.
really wanna use that because like when the campaign season was happening, I kept creating vlogs on the side that featured the Philippines. And people were
Maganda.
telling me na parang sabi na, uy, grabe, pag nanalo daw si Ma'am Lenny, sana gawin daw akong parang whatever sa DOT, ako daw yung appoint, ganyan-ganyan.
Maganda.
Sabi ko, alam nyo, may point nga, no, na parang, it's not so much that I want that position, but that
That's true.
if I have a voice and if I have the platform and if God will give me the means, I would like to really elevate a lot of like the travel, well, not really travel destinations, but really for them to get to know more about our
Yes.
nation.
Yes. And help, di ba? And then, well, actually, we're all teachers in our little kingdom.
Yes,
No? Di ba? Pagka
agree.
ganun naman, educators and all, no?
Fact.
But then there's nothing like, Ricks, kukonti yung mga artistang nagtuturo. We hear of directors and we want them. Marilu Diaz Abaya.
Yes. Oo,
Well,
oo.
even Maria J. De La Suez at a certain point, well taught. Direct Lauren is teaching in Letran. Parang ako, si Dan Villegas now, di ba? They're all in that
Oo.
Direct Joey Reyes. So, sa tingin ko yung mga artista, well, I know Bernardo tried doing that. Artistas would normally do workshops.
Yes.
But I guess yung pagtuturo mo skewed towards not only the craft, but I guess it's really more, well, the psychology of it. Or I guess, yan yate. Or,
Yeah, it's like a mix of, because it's like, it's so weird how God had, just shaped my path as
directed
well.
you. That's
Na
true.
parang hindi lang ako basta artista. Alam mo yung, parang pag inisip mo, oh my gosh, ang dami ko palang pwedeng pagsama-samahin to make a powerful piece or what have you. Diba? I mean, like, even teaching people na I can, it's intertextuality talaga. I think I'm just really that kind of person. Na I'm not just focused on one type of text.
That's true.
But I can mix all different forms of what have you, like culture,
That's
politics, entertainment, put them all together, and I will talk to you about how you can use that to communicate your message.
At nangyayari na ngayon yung multidisciplinary lahat.
Yes.
And that's the world that we want. Diba? Lahat ng mga disciplines or lahat ng mga arts or lahat ng sciences nagsasama-sama eh.
Agree.
So, well, maganda. Pero sinabi mo, you're open to acting again.
Yeah, I am.
If it's a good material. Parang
It
ako
is a
talaga,
good
may good material.
And also,
do you see yourself crafting your own material? Kasi that's one of the things really I encourage my artists to do, that you have a say in the things that you do. Diba?
Actually, I wouldn't have thought of that until I started vlogging. I honestly did not want to vlog kasi sabi ko, di ba alam mo naman yun, Noel, hindi natin
Totoo.
ira ang vlogging.
Totoo,
So,
pero
parang,
kapatid, pag sinusulat mo kasi, parang natatanim sa'yo at
correct.
naayos yung isip mo, no? Yun
Exactly.
ang
At saka yung
nakakamiss
nakakatawa
talaga.
kasi dyan, I started as a writer. So I've
That's
always told
true.
myself na writer kasi po ako talaga. So parang nung nag-start ako mag-vlog, it was so awkward na parang, do I talk about the stuff that I eat? Parang hindi ko maintindihan
That's
yung
true.
proseso at saka yung mismong medium, di ba? Bakit ganito? And then I
That's
started to just, sige nga, gawin lang natin to. I-challenge ko lang yung sarili ko na kahit di ko comfort zone, gagawin ko. And, I understood so many things about this generation just because of that. And now, it has led me to, what if I start making films?
Totoo yan. Kasi now, it's not about you. Di ba?
Yes,
Kasi
and
ang
you're gonna
vlog, yeah.
agree. You're going to crave for that kasi na I don't want it to be about me anymore.
That's
I
true.
want it to be about
Tumatanda na nga
my
tayo. Totoo
correct,
yan.
my advocacies, my passions, what I
Totoo
think the
yun.
world should know about. And I'm like, and you don't really have to know about me.
Totoo. And you move further and further from yourself. Even, di ba, the
Exactly.
selflessness ba? And just ko, yung mga choices mo, hindi na shaped by you. Yung anak mo na, yung pamilya mo na,
Fact.
kapwa mo na, bansa mo na. Ganun na yun ngayon eh. Pero kasi, you've spent years already nurturing yourself. Parang ganun. Pero doon, hindi. Kapatid, bumalik din ako sa self-love after the campaign.
Yes.
We should be a lot parang nourished by that kasi ako nga rin nag-manifest with vertigo, nag-manifest or parang yung taking care of your health. Yun talaga, parang in the end it's that para you can share. So, kitang-kita na ayan, palabas na talaga, hindi na kabig. Iba na talaga yung mindset talaga. Ang saya lang that you see yourself, what? A writer, a director? That's a possibility, ha? Content creator? Parang ganun ngayon, yung tawag.
Yeah, well, right now, I really am a content creator, but like to get further, like outside of myself, that's what I really want to do. I find myself writing, probably directing. If I have the time, I want to do cinematography because yan naman na ang aking bata pa lang ako. Gusto ko na, sabi ko, ayoko maging director, ayoko maging writer, ang gusto ko maging cinematographer. Nung bata ako like when I would do films.
Ang ganda.
Parang kasi
and it's
sabi
all about
ko,
lights and framing and
Yes.
what's in the camera, di ba?
Exactly. I always that's why nga I know na ayoko talaga ng focus sa sarili ko because kung ako
That's
lang
true.
talaga ang papipiliin, gusto ko ako yung nakakakita sa camera ng ibang tao. Parang ganon.
That's true. Ang ganda. More learnings. Ito nga. Ano yung learning mo you share with us? Well, yung star system and longevity in the business. Parang in the entertainment business. Ano yung on hindsight now? Parang nabubuwag na, di ba? Parang now it's really what you stand for and the content that you
Ibang-iba na, no?
Oo, iba talaga. Kasi dati, hindi na basta sikat ka ngayon.
Oo, I think longevity talaga has a lot to do with you as a person, how trained you are and how enduring you are with the times, with the changing times, because it will always change.
That's true.
So, hindi mo alam, parang, okay, alam ko tong gawin. Yun yung ko lagi sa mga artista, no? One is, syempre, and I think I have to be really grateful for the way that I was not typecasted into anything.
Oo naman.
Because it
Totoo
made
yun.
me
You are brave.
open to do anything. Kasi hindi ko kailangan maging box sa, kunwari mo, let's say kasi pinilit din naman nila akong magkaroon ng love team, cutie-cutie, gano'n. Pero bata pa lang ako, rebellious na ako in that sense, na yung parang, ayoko po talaga nung love team kasi hindi ko naman po talaga siya jowa. So, ganyan ako talaga, pag-gets pa lang ako. Huwag po tayo mag-pretend na nagde-date po kami. Hindi po talaga kami nagde-date. So, ganun pa lang ako, bata pa lang ako. And, I think I have that to thank for because kung na-stereotype ka nga into a certain way and people, really just clamored for that all the time.
That's true.
It will also train you to just do the same tricks over and over.
That's true.
And
tapos
wala na, hindi ka na marunong.
Diba? Nasa showbiz na tayo, wag mo na ako yung showbiz. Parang kita sabihin.
Correct, diba?
And you can see through them really, doing the motions, ha? Parang gano'n. Pero, you know what? Those that we kept are the ones we can say things straight to. Di ba? Parang, ako, di ba? Si Juday nakakausap mo ng diretso.
Yes,
diba?
isa yan. Si Judy Ann ang isa sa mga pinaka-golden ang pagkatao para sa akin.
Iba
At
kapatid.
saka, siya yung dati pa lang, simple nilang kasi yung buhay niya. Yung hindi niya pinapakomplika na, ito lang ang gusto kong gawin, malinaw na malinaw, focused ako dito, at hindi na ako magrereklamo pa outside of it. Na parang, ito lang, basta ito, nabigay na sa akin to ng Diyos, I will be faithful in doing it.
Totoo yun. Parang ako, and the kabutihan talaga ninyo, nakakahawa. Parang kung hindi ka pa magiging mabuti, ewan ko na. Kasi kung may mga co-stars mo, pinapakitaan mo ng mabuti, tapos ikaw mag-attitude. Parang out of sync talaga. And
Pero
when,
totoo yan. I think you were asking kanina about longevity in the business. I think one is pakikisama talaga. Na
totoo yan.
mabuti ka
Totoo
bang
yan.
tao talaga. And when I say that, I'm not saying na plastic ka ha. Kasi maraming
Hindi,
plastic.
hindi.
Na yung akala mo mabuti, pero pagka tumagal-tagal, nalalaman natin na,
Nalalaman ng
ay,
sistema. Di ba? Oo eh. But
diba?
then we know better eh. Kasi parang we're grounded by people na who will be the first ones to tell us hindi ka ganyan. Di ba?
Oo.
Well, yun talaga eh. You surround yourself with people to tell you na, oy,
Who
you're
can,
out
yes.
of line. Yun ganun eh.
Correct. Kasi wala naman ding tao na perpekto. So
Totoo
meron
yun.
at meron
Totoo
din
yun.
namang magiging, kumbaga at one point, you'll fall short na, ay, ba't mo ginawa yan? Diba? Like ako, ang
Totoo
dami kong gano'n na
yun.
parang, nga, ba't mo ginawa yun? Pero,
Totoo yun.
I'm just so grateful that, I have people around me who tell me, wag mo na kasi gawin yan ulit sa susunod.
Totoo. Totoo.
And will still love me anyway, kahit na magkamali-mali ako.
Yes, yes. Kaya nga ako, I'm coming to terms with our friends in the industry na nasa ibang kampo. But in the end, sabi, mahirap intindihin, no? Pero kaibigan mo eh. At mahal mo sila eh. Diba? More than anything. At kung naniniwala tayo that there's basic goodness in people, di ba parang doon tayo babalik at babalik. Another one, since bihira yung parang in the industry, may hindsight na, tsaka meron ng discernment. Kapatid, ano yung payo mo sa mga tao na nakaka-experience ng burnout? Kasi ang galing mo doon sa pag-hurdle niyan.
Well, syempre, nangyari na yun sa akin. Kaya alam ko na hindi ko na siya gagawin.
Yes.
Alam mo, hindi ko nga rin, sa totoo lang, Noel, I don't know if it's something that's even possible that you will not burn yourself out when you're young. Because when you're young, you need
your
to
limits,
experience.
diba?
Yes, you need to experience it. And you need to get to that point where you're like, oops, I can't cross this line anymore. Or that when I cross it, it will only lead to my death. Now, hopefully, you don't cross it far enough that you really die on the first try.
That's true.
Now, you can still go back, but
True.
I think when you're young, it's part of your process. Kaya ko lang kaya yun ngayon kasi habang tumatanda ka, talagang makikita mo na kahit ilang beses mo to sabihin sa mga bata, hindi ko alam kung makikita nila na hindi talaga mahalaga ang pera, ang malaking pangalan. Hindi talaga mahalaga yun. Ang mahalaga sa'yo at the end of the day, pag namamatay na ako, nakikita ko mga anak ko, masasabi ko ba, I did everything possibly with you. Diba na hindi ko iginugol yung oras at panahon na yon sa mga walang kwentang hindi sa inyo dahil kayo ang mahalaga sa akin.
Ang galing. And it's really pagkatao. And now, it's really, yung appreciate ko rin sa'yo, it's being in the moment.
Yes.
Rix, sa dami kasi ng pwedeng gawin, yung mga tao distracted na. Parang ganon.
Oo
And
nga.
so I was so happy to have reconnected with you. Tipo bang, hindi natin hindi tayo napapapek, nangangarag na sila doon. Parang, it's that when you feel that there's that connection and that you're in that moment and you're parang lumalalim ba yung nag-uusap yung mga kaluluwa mo, hindi lang parang empty words. So that and so nanggagaling din kasi yan sa parehong prinsipyo, parehong pagmamahal.
Yes, importante kasi yon.
Totoo yun.
Mayroon akong narinig na isang podcast. What's his name again? Dr. Vivek Murthy. He was guested by, I think that was Brene Brown ba?
Okay.
So, parang may sinulat siyang libro tungkol sa loneliness. Nagkaroon siya kasi ng study about loneliness na ang tao pala ay hindi nagiging lonely for a lack of people around them. Sometimes you have like so many people around you but don't feel connected with them at all.
Totoo.
And so it makes you feel lonely.
Totoo.
So loneliness is not a matter of numbers or quantity but of quality. Gaano kalalim ang inyong connection? So sabi ko, ang galing. Tapos may ine-explain siya doon na iba-iba rin kasi yung levels of connection pala na hinahanap natin. At may sinasabi siya, I forget what it's called eh. Pero yung realm ng prinsipyo. kailangan mo rin
Totoo.
pala yun sa buhay mo na may mga tao who would fight the same causes as you.
That's true.
Yung ganon.
That's true. Tapos yun, ito pa. And the silences, Rix, we're more comfortable with the silences. Dati
Yes.
kasi sa media, walang dead air.
Ingay-ingay.
Dapat yung training
Facts.
sa atin. Pero, di ba, nung nag-uusap tayo, biglang buntong hininga ng hi, gagano na lang tayo. And we meant it and we felt it.
Correct.
May mga ganun eh.
Hindi mo na kasi, alam mo, pag tumatanda ka, hindi mo na rin kailangan magsalita.
Totoo yun. At naiintindihan mo
Parang
na,
nakachika
di
ka
ba?
na ng bongga nung bata ka na nung pagtanda mo. Sige,
True.
kayo na lang chumika dyan.
True. Hindi mo napapagod ka na lang for them.
Kinig na lang me. Ganon.
So, let's go to the mga sanas. So, ano pa yung sanas sa sarili mo? Ang ganda, no? For now, you see yourself creating more, o yun, probably, yun nga, doing materials, writing. Ito nga rin, in the company of a good book, Rica, I can get lost.
Agree.
Na you can leave me in a bookstore or a bookshop, na yun, talagang, yun lang, dun lang ako the whole day. Yun yung happy place. Parang yun, well, I see you writing more and probably creating more. What else?
I think I'll limit it to that. Like, I really...
Not limited,
parang,
but you're empowered there.
yeah. I feel like kasi when you're also older, you're getting older, you don't want to do too many things.
That's true.
Because you also want to enjoy life. Which is something that I've never done before. Alam mo naman yan, di ba? Nung bata,
True.
ang mga artistang bata, ang focus nila, hindi lang yung trabaho, kung hindi yung pagkita ng pera. So,
That's
syempre, para sa amin, kung ibig sabihin ng pagpapahinga namin, mawawalan kami ng kita, ba't pa ako magpapahinga, di ba?
That's
So,
true.
tuloy-tuloy lang ang buhay. But in the process, na-realize ko rin na, alam mo, kahit naman ang Biblia sinabi, di ba? It is better for you to eat and drink, and it is better for you to enjoy the fruits of your labor. So, binibigyan ko ng panahon yung sarili ko na mag-enjoy. Minsan sa akin, ang gusto ko lang, makinig sa mga anak ko. Yun lang. Yun lang yung, wala akong ibang pangarap sa buhay. Siguro, pinaka ko na masasabi ko, I want to go back to the academe for myself.
Study more, no? Parang
I
yun
want to
talaga
study
yun. When
more.
you started it, you
Yeah.
never stop learning. You
I
really never stop
study and
learning.
then I will teach. That's one. Of course, I want to continue creating content. And
Yeah.
that includes writing books. So that's one.
Yay!
But other than that, parang I just want to be with my children and my husband for all the years that I have left on earth.
Ang galing. It's the quality of life. No? And it's not just listening to what they say. It's actually also listening to what they don't say.
Yeah. And you know, it's so funny. You learn so much. You have so much
That's
content there.
true.
Like just me watching like the other day, we were swimming, kami ng anak ko, tapos nakatingin siya sa building because we're checked in a hotel. And then the building's like very, very high with a lot of windows. And then he goes, wow, Mama, the windows are looking at us. They're watching us.
Galing.
But that is such a writer thing.
Ang galing.
Gave
Ang
me
galing,
such a poetic way of looking
and
at
looking at things at a
windows.
different perspective, no? Parang,
Yeah.
it's a window looking at us.
Exactly. So I'm like spending time with my children. It's like so informative. And being a wife to my husband is so informative of like everything that I do.
That's
So it's
true.
like your
True.
it's like kunwari mo, may ituturo ka, ito yung applied version mo. Paano kung literature ang tinitake up mo, ito
That's
rin
true.
ituturo mo, ano ba ang applied version ko? Di syempre, dun na sa immediate people around you.
Correct. Ang galing. Well, in the end, they're the people who matter to you, no?
Yes.
And then, next, how about moving towards a bigger society now? Ano pa yung hopes? Ano pa yung sana mo sa bansa or sa community natin? Because we've seen what we can do. What can be done. Di ba? Parang
Yeah.
pwede kaya So,
Kaya, oo.
kaya naman
You know, honestly, I'm still waiting kasi for Ma'am Lenny.
That's true.
I really don't
Naunahan na
know.
tayo ni Paula, ha? Nakakainis
nga.
no? Nakita ko
Nakakaloka
yung
siya.
post niya.
Oo. Ako kasi, siguro yung na-tap sa akin ni Ma'am Lenny nung tumakbo siya ay na-feel ko talaga, sinabi ko to sa mga kaibigan ko, alam mo, nangungulila pala talaga ako sa isang magaling na leader. Na nung
That's
nakita ko
true.
siya, sabi ko, gusto ko to sundan. Gusto ko
That's
siyang
true.
tulungan at gusto kong ibigay ang lahat ng lakas ko para sa mga gusto niyang gawin.
That's true. That's true.
And I still want to do that.
Ako
Hindi
rin.
dahil
Totoo
hindi siya
yan.
nanalo or what. In fact, I feel like baka nga mas marami pa siyang magawa this way.
Totoo, kasi hindi siya pag-iisipan ng personal gain.
Exact.
Hindi yung
Yun nga
politika,
yun eh.
diba?
Parang sabi ko nga, kung nanalo siya, ang gagawin lang naman sa kanya is ipo-point out lahat ng kakulangan niya. At sino bang tao
Ito-troll
ang
na
walang
naman siya ng
kakulangan?
major. Correct.
Exactly.
Correct.
So, like for me, I think this is the best talaga if you look at the bigger picture. I just don't know where she's going to take it, but I'm still willing to follow her. That's one. And I'm
That's
still
true.
willing to give my all for
That's
whatever
true.
causes na pwede niyang ilagay sa harap natin.
That's true. That's true. And then also, on your own, parang yun, hindi na, sinabi niya, no? Ang liwanag sa dilim, hindi lang naman ako. Parang
Totoo
she made us realize
yan.
that there's that goodness in us.
Yes, alam mo ba?
There's that
Yan
excellence
din yung
in
parang
us.
nag-uusap nga kami ng mga friends ko. Sabi ko, ano bang meron siya? Bakit ba gusto natin siyang sundan? Tapos parang na-figure out namin na she made us believe that good can still win pa pala. Kasi
Totoo,
masyado
pero
na tayong
nakakaiyak, no?
nahirapan na maniwala na, nanalo pa ba yung mga pagud-good na ganyan? And then she comes around, she shows us the force of goodness, and you're like, it can still work.
Yes,
So I
yes,
kind
yes.
of like wanna do that. Like I'm
That's
so
true.
inspired because there are many.
That's
Okay,
true.
in everything, in every area of life, whether it's at work
Yes.
or in school and whatever, there is always a tension between good and evil. And
That's
sometimes you're kind of like tempted to go the evil route because you feel like, but how do I even get to the good part if I don't even
Yes.
join in the like little evil stuff, right?
Yes, yes,
Parang
yes.
sa akin, na yung napakitang ehemplo ni ma'am ay, ako talagang walang bahid ng evil.
Yes.
Gagawin ko lang yung tama. And see, we're like, 15 million strong. It may
Parang-
not be the majority, but it's still 15 million people wanting it that
That's
way.
true. That's true. It's not the number. Sabi mo nga, yan yung learning natin, no? Hindi na yun sa numero, eh.
Yes, correct.
It's the impact. It's really the impact. And when you're closer to your goodness and your purpose,
Mhm.
why you exist,
Aba,
yun
hello.
yung
Sa mga
magpapalapit sa
histories naman natin, di ba, pag tiningnan mo ng mga nakasulat, minsan di naman nila nare-realize ang value ng
Totoo
anything
yun.
na dun sa panahon na yon until, in hindsight, after how many hundreds of years.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
But babalikan ko yung sinabi mo kanina na baka nandun na tayo sa point na, and I guess yun yung dilemma natin, natanggapin ba natin na maaring hindi ko na makita
Totoo
yung
yun.
Pilipinas na pinagtatrabahuhan ko.
Totoo yun. Pero at least diretsa pa rin, tuloy pa rin sa pagtatrabaho doon.
Yes.
That's it. And it's selflessness. Kasi bakit mo gusto ng resulta? Kasi para gusto mo pang maranasan. Pero hindi na ganun. Bilang magulang, ganyan ka na rin. Hindi mo man
Oo.
maranasan yan, but you want to prepare the best for them. Yun talaga.
Exactly.
Yun talaga. Rex, yakap na mahigpit. Hindi natin, we don't talk about now people, but it's really more insights and learnings. And
Yes.
we want to keep it that way. And we want to have reunions where we will just, yun nga, kahit walang salita eh. Pero
Oo.
mararamdaman na lang natin.
Oo, tsaka
And inspire
patsa-atsaan na
people.
lang.
Totoo, and inspire people that it can happen. It can happen. Parang ako, kaya pa, may pag-asa. And we show that tipong, there's goodness, there's real love, Pero
Oo.
this didn't happen ang hirap mangyari to sa ABS noon, no? Parang wala tayong oras.
Exactly. Iba na rin talaga ang panahon, iba na rin yung edad natin, iba na rin yung, siguro yung season natin, di ba?
Tsaka yun, hindi na sa itsura. Tingnan mo, kailangan ko pa ng liwanag. Ito ang liwanag sa bibig. Parang ganun. But it's beyond that. It's beyond the technicals and the facade. But thank you, Rex.
Thank you
Yun,
also.
mayakap
I
kayo,
enjoyed
Pet,
this
magkita, and enjoy
talk
your
with you.
vacation. You
Yes,
deserve that.
I
You
will
deserve
see
that.
you. I will see you soon, okay?
Yes, na-postpone lang, di ba?
Oo, pero
Oo nga
magkikita
eh.
tayo. But
Pero
thank you.
Maraming salamat. Thank you, Rex.
Alright.
Sarap. Thank you.
Lumilipad, level up, hanggang ulan, level up, tumitingkad.
Katipuneros, don't change that dial because we'll be coming right back. Radyo Katipunan is now online. See our live feed on facebook.com/Radyo Katipunan. Check out our Instagram and our Twitter at Radyo Katipunan and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Radyo Katipunan FM for more exclusive content. Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. The voice of the Blue Eagle. Radyo Katipunan 87.9.
As we talk about moving on and moving forward and healing and all, we have someone who's provided us an anthem, I guess, and that inspiration. And so does that music really heals. And she's continued to heal not only us, but herself too. Nica del Rosario's here. Magandang hapon, Nica.
Magandang hapon po.
Hello, kumusta ka na after that whole campaign? Very rigorous. And now, pareho ka ba sa akin? Parang it's self-love that we're focusing on also.
Yes, mga ilang months din po kami na napagod sa
That's true.
Opo.
So parang, di ba, natural lang yung pagod. Pero ikaw, parang anong takeaway mo from the whole thing? Kaya na nagsink in na parang it's not turning to our favor, but then tuloy lang yung buhay. Are you one or who's able to snap out of it early?
Sa totoo lang, hindi ko pa po siya super napaprocess. Kasi
Ganda.
parang
That's
right
very real.
after po ng results, parang hindi ko rin, medyo in denial pa po ako, I think, nung time na yun. And I didn't know what to do with myself and I didn't know how to comfort
That's
myself.
true.
So I ended up writing the third verse kasi parang yun nga po.
I know, and you're so busy.
In
Or
my head,
was it coping mechanism? Was it coping
parang
mechanism?
yung thinking ko po kasi is if I can't comfort myself, might as well try to comfort other people.
Galing. That's very Atenean in you.
Magis ko.
No, can you tell people what batch were you and what course?
I was batch 2011 po, AB Communication.
2011, and that's about yun nga, no? 20 years, 21 years na wala sa school. And then, coming back to Ateneo na, ang sarap lang ng feeling, no? That people just converge in Ateneo at nakaka-proud
Yes.
din yung Ateneo as a university na kinanlong tayo during that particular time. All the other places would have said, oy, wag dyan. Pero parang, how did that make you feel? Parang, well,
Ako po, I always love going back to Ateneo and parang
Same.
sayang nga po kasi we were running late. So I didn't I really tried to resist the urge to walk around, go to Zen Garden.
pareho.
Kasi we had to run straight to the
What's your
street.
safe refuge in Ateneo?
Yeah.
There's always the spot when you be quiet lang, di ba?
Ako po nag-imprint po talaga sa akin yung Zen Garden because that's where my blockmates and I would hang out. Parang
That's true.
if one of us is on break or so, parang we always find each other there.
Ang galing. Ako naman, dun sa may Loyola House of Studies, overlooking Marikina. Yung Loyola dun sa Marikina.
Yes,
Tapos ang iba lang na yung vibe din doon. At ibang,
Medyo malayo po kasi.
Oo nga, totoo. Pero sereno, walang tao. And then, we
Yes,
all
po.
miss Manang, di ba?
Yes,
Doon
yes.
sa com
Yung
department.
lempo
and
po
all.
ni
But
Manang.
yeah. So, it's the safe refuge that we have of Ateneo. And then, parang nakaka-proud lang na they went out of their comfort zones. Di ba? Like you,
Yes, po.
you used your art, you used your songs, your music towards a goal, di ba? So, has it given you a new perspective na tipong, ano yung visa ng pagiging artist ngayon, Nix?
I guess, parang hindi ko naman po siya masyadong pinag-isipan. I just really wanted to help. And I guess, what all of this made me realize is...
But what great help was that? Parang
Yeah,
ako feeling ko talagang, parang I never imagined that parang a personal mantra became parang the anthem of the Ganon yung nangyari, Nix, kasi you verbalize or you put into music and words what we all felt at nakakaiyak lang. And you know that? Yun yung impact ko sa amin.
I just really wanted to help, honestly. Parang, I guess it made me realize po that parang artists aren't as non-essential as some people think.
That's true. And the power of like influencing or inspiring people.
Yes,
That's
po.
it,
Parang
no?
I didn't think that it would have. I had no expectations po when I released the song. I didn't say na parang this is going to be like this is going to help like that. Parang
Tama.
I just wanted to get it out there, and parang yun nga po what made me realize is parang we actually, like, artists also have the power to help people, to give them comfort, and that's always been my goal naman po as a songwriter, is to provide
But
comfort for
how
people.
did it lead there? Parang ako, take us through the process. Kasi parang feeling ko, ang ganito ba, dasal ba to ni Nica para sa bayan, para sa sarili niya? Was it a young girl na nagsasana, sana ganito? Tapos biglang, take us through the process whereby you finished that song, Rosa.
It started po talaga as a parang parang a joke between me and one of my best friends, na parang kasi po nung 2016 elections, one of my idols po kasi si Sarah Bareilles wrote a song sa point of view ni Barack Obama during Trump's victory po. So parang I shared it lang po on Facebook, tapos nag-comment po yung isa sa mga best friend ko. Na-blackmate ko po sa Ateneo, who's now in the legal team of VP. Tapos nag-comment lang po siya na gawa ka naman ng song na point of view ni VP Lenny. Tapos, that was 5 years ago. Tapos lumabas lang po sa Facebook memories ko last year. Tapos parang, yun, that was the time we were all with it, like, nasa campaign na talaga, and kay Lenny tayo came out na po, and parang, naisip ko lang na, subukan ko kaya, ganun. Parang, what would she want to tell us at this time? Like, what would we want to hear from her? And
so you
really
base it on her speeches, or you
hindi
were
naman,
able to
parang,
talk to her, or
not really.
Connection niya lang talaga?
I guess I really didn't think, like, this is one of the songs that po talaga that I wrote. I didn't think so much, as I just felt.
Oh my God.
So, I didn't watch any of her speeches at that time. I would catch glimpses of debates. The only time I've met her was like, nung nakita ko siya sa Robinson's Magnolia, nagpa-picture ako nung VP siya. That was the close.
Ang ganda, yeah.
Parang, I don't really know what happened. Like, people are saying I got what she wanted to say exactly. I didn't. I don't. Like, I wish I can say how I did it. It just really parang, all I kept asking myself was, what would she want to tell us? And she's the kind of public servant who is like, damang-dama mo po yung pagiging genuine niya, and yung malasakit niya towards the Filipino people.
No?
And
parang nilabas mo lang yung goodness mo rin. Nilabas mo rin yung goodness mo bilang tao. Yung kahusayan mo bilang tao. And siya talaga yung extension or parang representative of that. Which is, di ba ang turo naman sa atin babalik tayo talaga sa kabutihan. Talaga yun.
Yes. Parang, yun ko, parang, it sobrang nagre-radiate po talaga yung goodness niya. And I think that one of the reasons why this song resonated so much with people is because lahat po tayo naramdaman yung goodness na yun na nagre-radiate. And a song becomes an anthem if a lot of people relate to it, and I think lahat po tayo gusto nating marinig sabihin sa atin ni VP.
That's true. Ang galing. Kinabutan ako ngayon kasi alam mo bang, pag nilabas mo kasi yung kanta, hindi na lang siya dun sa intention mo eh. It's open for interpretation also by a lot of other people. Meaning, next pwede tong tatagal to kasi it's really not just about a person. It's really about our collective hopes and collective pangarap, di ba?
Yes,
na
po.
Mga collective sana natin. And so, gaano po katagal ginawa ito, yung kantang Rosas?
Mabilis lang po, mga less than an hour. Tapos,
oh my God.
Madaling araw po. Parang kumbaga, like, and for lack of a better term, sinumpong lang ako.
Parang, pero anong nauna, lyrics or music or sabay?
Medyo sabay po, which is strange for me kasi usually
rare
po talaga.
Also, no? Kasi normally sa'yo, ang nauuna.
As means, may one or the other mauuna po. Like,
Yes.
I don't really have a process, but it's usually one or the other. And it's usually po pag for work kasi inuuna ko po yung chorus kasi it's the most important part naman talaga of the song. But for this po, nag-umpisa talaga ako chronologically until the last part I wrote was the bridge.
And it's a storytelling. Parang ganun, di ba? Parang, and the phrasing is hard. Alam mo, tricky yun, no? Pag hindi ka magaling. At yun, astute din, as a performer, mahirap naman din. Pero the thing here is, it flowed. It just flowed. And yung kung less than an hour yan, grabbing genius yun at work. Did you have quirks while doing it? Dapat may kape ka, dapat may pagkain ka, dapat nandyan yung aso mo. May,
wala na, which is, that's another unusual thing po kasi usually when I start writing, I settle down either on my desk or ano. But this one, I was just on our bed with my guitar.
And were you recording it? Were you writing? Ano bang ginagawa niya?
I recorded po I have voice notes on my phone. So I still have the original voice note sa phone ko.
And then,
I let it...
through the process, and then, did you feel you had, ang ganda ng kanta? Kasi may mga kanta which will move you. Sa una mo palang pagtatapos, pakikinig, di ba?
I honestly made myself emotional po, but not because I think the song is good, but because nauto ko yung sarili ko into thinking that she's really saying these things to me.
Ang galing.
So parang, I played it I told my fiancé na parang I wrote something na parang this is what I imagined what VP wants to tell us. So I sang it to her ng live and she cried.
Ang galing. and that connection was palpable na parang wala eh. Kasi yung effect talaga dun sa atin, parang you put into words and to music the things we wanted to say and hear.
Yes.
Yun talaga eh. And so, tama nga, you never know that it will be bigger until it just happened. Kasi parang runner, no? Parang athlete. Hindi ka naman dapat conscious doon kasi mawawala ka sa track, no? So, ano yung process pagkatapos? Na-record mo, 1 oras. Pag-gising mo ng umaga, ano nangyari? Pina-arrange mo na ba agad? Pinakanta mo na ba?
Hindi po.
Ano
Pag-gising ko ng umaga, I left it alone and didn't touch it for several months.
Oh, months!
Because that was around November. I wrote it around November, I think. Tapos noong mga January, Feb. Noong mga Feb po, I was talking to my fiancé and my partner sa Flip Music, si Jenny, our CEO. And I was like, ilalabas ko pa ba to? Kasi around that time, we sang kay Lenny tayo na in the QC rally po and it blew up. It was charting, it got viral. So parang, I was more of parang, I don't want this to feel like parang nagpapapansin na lang ako at this point because kay Lenny tayo is already there. Then what's the purpose of this song? But they were like, you have to release it because people need to hear it.
But it wasn't the numbers you were after. It was really more expression.
I just wanted,
no?
I just like, they were asking me what do you want out of this song? And I was like, I just want people to hear it because I feel like there are a lot of people like me, like, who have so much faith in her.
Ang galing.
I just wanted to share.
You didn't touch it for 6 months and then, for a number of months, and then what happened?
They
told you to release it?
They pushed me to release it. So I was like, fine. When I finally decided to release it, I was thinking na parang, if I'm going to release this, I have to do it now because it's Feb and the campaign ends May.
That's true.
There's no point to it if I release it too late. So parang it was a whirlwind po talaga of contacting our arranger, contacting Gab recording, me recording.
No, now tell us about the choice. Why parang, why Mike and why Gab? And parang, di ba, napagkamalan pa kayo ni Gab, di ba? For a certain
si Gab po kasi talaga, I've worked with Gab before po. I've known Gab since college. She's also at Ateneo.
Ateneo din,
Yes, we were in Blue Repo together.
Yes.
And I know if I'm going to do this really fast, I need someone who's very dependable, who has the talent, and can record by herself.
Ang maganda pa nito parang, di ba, yung collab is such a shared thing. Ako, ang ganda-ganda nun na si Nica hindi sinasarili. Parang ganun,
I knew naman po talaga honestly, at the start, I didn't want to sing it. Kasi
Bakit, Nix?
I just didn't have a lot of confidence in myself as a singer.
Ayan, ang
and
ganda ring malaman. Ang ganda ring malaman yan. But in the end, di ba, parang it's your basic goodness that shines, di ba? Yung selflessness also. Na tipong to accept na, yun, gusto mong kasama si Gab dyan.
Yes, and I've always believed in working as a team. Like with Philip Music, we've always had, when I write songs, there's always an arranger and always a producer. Yung arranger po namin dito is Rap Sanchez, who's been with Philip Music for years na po. So, I knew that I always thrive when I have a team, when I work with people I like and people I can depend on. So,
and yung vision natin of society too, no? Parang in the end, no? Gagawin mo yun dun sa systems mo, dun sa buhay mo, at least consistent the way you handle your own unit to itong nangyayari yung gusto natin sa bansa. And so, okay, gailan, na-record nyo ni Gab, sabay ba kayo or separate?
Separate kasi nagsa-surge po ng COVID nung time na yun. Tapos, I recorded at home lang and she recorded at home din.
Grabe, no?
So,
and then,
and then si Rap arranged it from home also. So never po kami nagkita tatlo. And then si Mati po who did the violin also recorded at home.
Ang galing. Ang galing. And then, paano na pagsama-sama?
Technology.
Sa fit na lang.
po namin yung recordings namin kay Rap and then he mixed and mastered everything. So, yung Pasig Rally po was the first time Gabi and I sang it together.
That's true. And what was the best parang comment given to you dun sa kantang yan? Yung tumama sa'yo?
Siguro po, marami pero
ano yung nagtatak sa'yo? Parang,
I guess yung pag sinasabi po nila na ito yung bagong bayan ko. Kasi I don't even know if that's true, but like for people to think that it's overwhelming.
Totoo yun. Parang, parang hindi lang siya tungkol sa pagmamahal sa sarili or sa kapwa, kundi pagmamahal sa bayan, di ba?
Yes.
Ang ganda. And then, ito na, yung dagdag mong linya. Parang sabi ko, ang galing naman, nakadagdag na siya agad. Ibig sabihin, when you start kasi writing about it and putting words into your feelings, hindi ba yan yung exercise natin? Parang nagagamot mo na yung sarili mo. Or yung simula yun ng healing. How did that come about, the additional lyrics?
That one po, I got a lot of those lines I got from nung message ni VP when the results were coming out. Because
that midnight press con.
Yes, we were all clinging to that when we were all in despair. Bigla siyang lumabas. And parang I wanted to provide that same comfort for other people.
Ang galing. Galing ng word, comfort, no? Pero ano yung salita doon na tumama sa'yo? Na pag binabalik-balikan mo, naiiyak ka pa?
Siguro yung nag-resonate po talaga sa akin is kaya nilagay ko po sa lyrics is yung ang namulat hindi napipikit. Kaya
totoo yun.
Pinasok ko po talaga siya sa bagong...
Totoo yun. And has it changed your life since? Bumait ba ka ba? Hindi, parang ako rin. Kasi yun yung totoo, di ba? Parang when you go inside a certain movement like this, may kahingian yan, di ba? May lifestyle change yan, di ba, Nick? So yun yung tulong sa atin sa philosophy and theology. May challenge sa'yo to be a better person.
Yes. I've always strived to be a better person, but siguro malaking bagay yung there was a public figure who tried to be the leader of our country, and she embodies the values that everybody strives to do. Kahit minsan hindi po natin nagagawa or nagpo-fall short tayo. The fact that there's a role model, like her and her entire family are such incredible role models for Filipinos po talaga.
And that kind of parang representation nga of what we feel, of our principles, na pwede. You see, parang one of the learnings pa nga, the creative industry, how we can all be united pala. Parang gano'n, di ba? Grabe yung, alam mo naman, grabe yung competition, grabe yung restrictions na hindi pwedeng makatrabaho yung ganyan. But then, because of this campaign, pwede pala tayo magkaisa. Are there any more realizations na naramdaman mo during our whole exercise, during our whole run in like going to different places?
I guess yung realization ko po is it possible yung good governance that we've always strived for.
That's true.
It's possible. It's just
that's true.
We know, parang I guess we're not ready for it as a nation, unfortunately. Pero the fact that it's there.
Pwede.
Yeah,
at nararamdaman mo, di ba?
Yes po.
Nararamdaman mo na, yung bait, kaya naman natin sa kabutihan natin, yung pagmamahal natin, pwede ma-achieve.
Yes po, yes.
Ano yung sortie na hindi mo kakalimutan? Probably Pasig, no? Kasi yun yung first time yung kinanta yung Rosas. Pero ako yung ay nagtatak sa yung sortie na sa tingin mo, babalik-balikan mo kasi you really just had really good memories.
Well, lahat naman po talaga is parang tumatak sa akin. Pero surprisingly, tumatak po sa akin yung Batangas.
Bakit?
Because I'm not sure din parang it's just kumanta po kami kay Lenny Tayo and Rosas, tas Golden Hour. And sobrang ganda lang nung itsura nung sky and however, like, parang kasi pag gabi, hindi mo masyadong nakikita yung mga tao. Pero that was the only time na may daylight pa when we sang. And like, we saw the extent of how big the crowd was and how many people there were.
And then the
sun was
again,
setting.
di ba? Sabi ko palagi yung lament ko talaga yung medyo nakakatanda na kami yung feeling na hindi na namin makikita sa lifetime namin yung change na pwedeng hindi na, di ba? But in the end, it's the acceptance na it's really not the end point but the process.
Yes.
And talking about the process, yung process papunta ng Batangas Rally Place, next ang layo nun, di ba? Yung parang hindi siya mainstream place. So, pero ang ganda lang, tama ka. I remember that sunset. And yun talagang parang I think even Regine and Augie really waited. But then you were there early. You were there on stage early. Tapos and the people were so receptive. Tama ka doon. Para tayong nasa parang pilgrimage. Well, any other stark realizations during the campaign that you can share to people? And parang also para sabihin na, walang nasayang.
Yes. For sure talaga po. Parang I don't think we failed. Or
totoo yun.
We lost the election pero I don't think we lost, period. Kasi parang
totoo yun.
Parang they can't take away what we all went through collectively. It was real.
Totoo yun.
And it was there and we can always go back to it po. And parang, I don't know, it's hard to like put into words, pero the experience of the whole campaign po talaga is unforgettable. And
that's true.
Nothing they say can take that away from us. So I hope
and it's
a
the
lot
Philippines
of people
that we
remember
want. It's the Philippines that we want. That we pray for and still strive to achieve. Ngayon nga, parang, well, sabi nga natin, self-love, before you work on a bigger system, you start with yourself. So parang like a good student, we always say that you don't rock the boat. When things don't happen your way, you find a space in class and where you'd excel. So, ano yung sana mo naman sa sarili mo after the whole thing? For
I
yourself.
just wanna keep making music po siguro.
That's
and
true. Very
songs.
good. What kind? Has it like, well, tama ka naman, na walang limit naman, but at least now, there's more purpose to what you're writing? Ganun ba yun? Or ayaw mo rin magpa-pressure?
Ayoko po magpa-pressure. Parang,
galing. It's a whole range.
Yes, kasi people are saying parang kailan yung next anthem, and I don't know if I have another anthem in me, but I know I want to keep writing songs and collaborating. So
ang galing din ng collaborating kasi it's really not just you, no? It's the process and it's sharing other people. Again, yung pinag-usapan namin kanina, parang, well, two things always, no? When you do things, and we want to be remembered that, number one, tinatanong mo ko, bakit ko gagawin to? So, why do you want to write songs?
It hasn't changed. When I started writing, I wanted to write songs to make people feel less alone in what they're going through.
Galing.
So it's still the same.
Ang galing, no? Kasi focus on the why always, no? And then second, for what? Parang para kanino? For whom? Yun yung next question natin when we're doing things, di ba? Para kanino ka sumusulat, Nix?
I used to say for people who would feel the same emotions as I would feel. I used to say I would write for people in the LGBT community, but I
Galing, ang
guess
galing.
after Rosas, parang wala nang limit eh. Like,
Galing.
if I can write a song that resonated with 15 million plus Filipinos, then
Ang galing.
I don't want to limit myself on who I can write
But ito
for.
na nga eh, you write the songs that's not only for you, no? Parang it's beyond you
Yes.
na. Ang galing. Parang ako dun ako nabibilib kasi parang hindi na to selfless motive, no? Parang hindi na lang para sa atin lang. Meron ng ano para sa iba kasi nga ang ganda lang ng process mo na collaborative.
Yes,
Ano you've made that resolve earlier on?
I've just realized po na I work better with a team, which is why I'm part of Flip Music for almost 10 years now. And
Ang
their
galing kasi
mentality
parang,
has always been.
There's some writers we know who've kept to themselves. Di ba? Pero
Yes.
iba ka. Iba talaga. No, next. Moving on from yung sarili mo, ano pa naman yung sana mo sa community naman natin of artists?
I guess from what siguro tuloy lang po yung collaborations, and
Totoo yun.
we've learned that
Totoo
we can
yun.
all work together naman. So
Totoo
and
yun.
I've always felt a sense of community naman sa music industry.
Galing, no?
I
Ang
met,
galing.
so like I've been grateful. I'm super grateful for the campaign because it introduced me to a lot of people in our industry, and they're all sobrang bait, like sila Sir Mark of River Maya.
That's true. At yung range, no? Parang makikita mo kung ano yung priority. And sa atin talaga, it's really not anymore. Hindi tayo natitigatig ng fame. Hindi tayo natitigatig ng pera. Although, yun, komportable yun. Pero in the end, mas ano na tayo at this point, parang, ano yung meaning ba? Yung ano yung purpose ba? Ano yung tama sa atin? Yun yung ang bilis mong natutunan, Nix. Ang galing. And you're led to the right people, no? And you're led to extension of your goodness, of your excellence. Yun. At marunong ka na mag-discern kung sino yung extension ng pinaniniwalaan mo. So, who else? Mag-tribute ka na dito ng mga beautiful people and the good people na feeling mo parang, nakaka-idol, parang gano'n.
Marami po talaga eh. Pero sa industry po sila Sir Ogie Alcacid, na meet ko sobrang bait.
Yes.
Mama Loy and Mama Audrey Diaz, sila yung mga first kong na-meet. Yun nga po si Sir Mark and Miss Jolina. Lahat ng volunteers. Si Gab Valenciano, of course.
Yes.
Si Red Olero, naging friend na namin talaga. Tapos, dami.
Galing.
Lahat naman po nang nami-meet namin na kung banda man or host or lahat po napakabait. And
galing na parang extension nga yun of what you believe in or what you represent. Next, sa bansa naman, next, kasi yun, after our creative industries, no, ano naman yung sana mo pa for our country? After this whole political exercise,
siguro
by the time we air this, swearing in na of the new president. Yun.
I'm still hoping for the best. I mean, on some level, I still think that I still hope na we are proven wrong. And we get to experience the good governance that we've always wanted. No matter what capacity, kung sino man po yung nakatungtong, sino man ang i-proclaim. So I'm still hoping for the best. And if it doesn't work out, then I still hope that we hold them accountable and help them be better leaders.
That's true. That's right. And that's what we want. Di ba? Parang that we still have that voice. Maintain that voice. Daanan ko lang to the emotions. Kasi sabi nila, si Nica, parang, ang sarap tignan kasi parang ang gaan ka trabaho. Pero, we wanna know, parang playtime rin lang. Kailan ka pinakamasaya? when can you say kasi as artist, diba, you really hold on to emotions. Kailan ka masasabi mo masaya?
Pinakamasaya po siguro when I spend time with my loved ones.
Yun.
Pinakamasaya
You become giddy.
More of relaxed, which is
ang ganda kasi na napatawa
for
kita,
me.
Tinanong kita kung sinong mas kamukha mo, kung ang mga Robredos or mga Pangilinans. Nakakatawa yung sagot mo. Ang witty-witty ng sagot mo. Sabi namin, kung sino po yung mas singkit at ganyan, doon po ako. Parang, meron kang ganong funny side, ano? When you're loved ones, pwede kang magpaka-funny. Or hindi ikaw yung nagka-crack ng joke. Kasi meron
I have an anxiety disorder po kasi. So my coping mechanism talaga is humor.
Ang galing mo nga. Ang galing mo punchline. Siguro yan yung sa mga talents mo. And I think magagamit na yan sa mga spills. yung mga one-liners mo sa mga spills, pwede mo magamit sa mga gigs.
Hindi po ako magaling like takot po ako sa public speaking eh. So
pero
yun po talaga yung coping mechanism ko.
Pero magaling ka mag-punchline. Na-test ko na yun. Mabilis, quick. Next, kailan ka, when you talk about sadness, kailan ka na malungkot? At what instance ka masasabi mo ay malungkot?
Hirap. Siguro po, I guess when I feel like I failed at something.
Galing, no? Ang galing. So may ganong moments din, no? Na malungkot when you don't perfection. Are you a perfectionist? You are.
Kind of. Parang I don't like.
So you're hard on yourself also somehow.
Yeah, I think I'm hardest on myself. I'm the one who's hardest on myself.
Oh, in what way? Can you tell us? Parang yun, revise. Ganun ba yun? Or hindi
yes,
pa na, hindi na ko kontento?
Parang I have to stop myself from like, especially when I start overthinking na, hirap na. Like, I try not to get to that level. So,
ang ganda nito Well, pag sinabi mong nag-overthink, you think of what? All the possibilities? Mas positive thinker ka ba or iniisip mo yung worst? At pinaghahandaan? Worst.
It comes with the anxiety disorder.
Okay. But then at least know what you plant there na napaghandaan mo, di ba? At least hindi ka masyadong natitigatig. Hindi ka, yun, di ba? Next. When are you most challenged? Are you competitive?
Not so. Parang with myself po siguro, but with other people, I try not to be kasi.
Okay.
It just adds to more. It just adds more anxiety that I don't. Parang the last thing I need is more anxiety. So I'm most challenged po siguro when yun nga, I have work and I know it's important. Like, for example, if I have to write something, yun nga, for kay Lenny tayo, that was a challenge. I felt challenged there because I knew that was a lot of people were counting on that po, and it was led po kasi by Sir Edwin Lasherda, and I knew their team was counting on this, and it has a lot to do with their movement, and it can help get VP Lenny to run for president. So,
do you work well with deadlines?
Yes, I don't really miss. Like, I'm proud of the fact that I very seldom miss deadlines, especially po pag ako yung in control.
And were you like that even before as a student and as a child?
Yes. I don't do all-nighters po talaga. Even sa thesis ko, parang never kami nag-all-night. Like, laging tapos na lahat the day before.
Ang galing. So, hindi ka crammer. Kasi some people parang na-induce yung creative juices pag
I can't cram. Kasi cramming fuels my anxiety, which makes me, which cripples my ability to be creative. So.
Galing na process. Next, paano yung reward mo? Do you work well with rewards or bas punishment or what?
Rewards. I don't work well with negative
pareho
conditions.
Tayo dyan.
I get discouraged.
Pareho tayo dyan. Ayaw mo ng nega vibes, diba? So, But are you able to spot those things agad? Uy, nega yung vibe. Wag. Parang lalagyan, paano yun sa phenomenology, napapanaklong mo ba yung isip mo? Nasa set aside mo yon?
If it's work naman,
diba bracket yung bias?
It just, I've observed what I've observed about myself is I get more inspired or encouraged pag positive yung ano.
Galing, galing. At ano yung reward na na-appreciate mo? Ice cream, what? Was it food or what?
Honestly, yung gratitude of other people is like validation na po for
Overwhelming, no? That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
And food.
So, so surround yourself with, yun nga, people who will validate you and will support you, and food. Anong food yan? Kung
hindi po ako healthy na eater, so anything
Pareho
that's
naman
like
tayo.
fried or
pareho naman tayo. Next, what makes you senti?
my family and
It's that. It's
dogs. I love dogs. I'm a dog person.
Pero yun parang the emotion, the significant human experience is drawn from them.
Yes.
Yung relationships mo from them. Okay. Frustrations. Kailan ka na-frustrate?
When things go out of my control.
That's it, no? That's it, no?
When
Kasi
something
gusto mo,
happens.
perfectionist ka.
Yeah.
Well, yun. And then, ang maganda kasing exercise, so kasi when you put words to your feelings, as an artist, as a writer, di ba? Parang, kailangan i-clarify mo palagi, ano nga ba nararamdaman mo? So, you speak the truth, di ba? Na tipong, when you've labeled it, pero yun nga, parang it starts from there, yung sa creation. Next, the funny side of you. What's the most embarrassing thing that happened to you na nag-stick sa sarili mo at pagtatawanan mo na lang sarili mo?
Diba? Most embarrassing. Parang, I'm very guarded po kasi in life. Siguro,
kaya masaya ako talaga nung nana-joke kita. Kasi parang that's one of the instances na pwede kang mag-open up na ganun.
Parang the most siguro pag nadadapain school, mga ganun.
Anong nangyari yon?
Yes po. I'm very guarded but also very clumsy. So ilang beses na ako like...
Clumsy, ang kasaya. At napapagtawanan mo sarili mo?
Yes naman po.
Yun yung mahalaga yun, na napagtatawanan mo sa sarili mo. And then last, when do you feel most loved?
When I'm with my loved ones din po and my dogs.
Yun yung pinaka-fulfillment.
Yes. Like, I've always been grateful to have a good support system.
Ang galing, ang galing. Parang yun
like,
ka, grounded na nga and you're surrounded by really good people. Next, alam mo bang celebrity ka na?
Hindi po.
Hindi, don't deny it. Pero ramdam mo na parang people are waiting for your next moves.
Yes.
Yes.
I can't deny, but parang yun nga, like people, I'm in the public eye, which is scary. But parang, it's hard for me rin naman to absorb. Kasi like, yun nga po, parang, people know me because of this song, and this song is because of somebody else, because of it's because of me.
That's true. Ang galing, no? It's not about you. It's not
parang I can't, hindi ko po pwedeng akuin na parang,
yeah.
sumikat ako kasi ang galing.
But then because of that, di ba parang, pareho sila ng value na kinikerry, pareho sila ng goodness, pareho ng excellence. And you're in the public eye also. Ano yung plus and minus ng pagiging celebrity? Can you tell us about it?
Yung plus po is like, I get free stuff sometimes. Which,
yung simple joy.
I like free stuff.
Simple joy, totoo.
Yung minus po is, I'm not very comfortable being under public scrutiny talaga. And
Still, ha?
I don't think that's ever gonna change po. Parang, I mean, the reason why I was a songwriter primarily was because I didn't like the attention so much.
But you know what? Nagko-compliment talaga kayo ng partner mo kasi siya naman yung person. Siya talaga yung personable. Parang sabi ko, ang ganda na nako-compliment. And don't you think yun nga maganda yung combination?
Yes, parang in a way.
Siya komportable sa pagiging celebrity, ha?
She's also shy, pero magaling siya magpanggap na siya, extroverted and
so
like,
shy
like she knows how to switch it on, parang ganun. Ako po kasi hindi pa ako marunong.
Pero natuturuan ka niya doon.
Sometimes
kailan yung
pag
public at kailan yung private, or you tell her, hindi masyadong public yan, ha? Parang ganun.
Sometimes I hide behind her talaga. Pag when we're
galing
out.
naman. Ang galing. But then, yun na nga, people talk about your relationship and you're happy and you're
I'm
proud
fine
of that relationship.
with my relation. I'm that one po I'm never shy about because
Yun nga eh.
thing to be shy
Ang
with my
ganda,
relationship po. I'm
nakakabilib.
always proud of that. Kasi and
Nakakabilib.
I know that helps a lot of people who are scared and who feel
And in the
ashamed.
community, di ba? And lalo na, the
Yes.
Pride Month, parang, and then when you were carrying that flag, parang, ay, nakakakilabot kasi, uy, ang ano, she represents something. She represents the best in us. So, do we expect a public wedding or what? Dami yung fiancé and is it a public relation? Parang,
Baka, parang, we're planning of a small wedding lang po siguro.
yes. But then you're there to inspire people, no? Parang ako talaga parang, uy, ako, ang ganda lang i-share. I know, hindi man kailangan kasama lahat yung mga tao. But in the end, you'll share insights to it. And then I'd ask you, what's there to learn about that kind of lifestyle? Kasi, pwedeng ma-achieve. Katulad ng mundo na gusto natin. Paano? How to be you po, Nica?
I knew that growing up, I wanted someone to look up to and I wanted someone to tell me that it's okay that I am this way and that things are going to get better. And I guess I just wanted to be that for other people, for younger people in the community because I know how much that could have helped me when I was growing up.
Ang galing. And it's living it out also, not only in your own system, but inspiring other people. So, ang ganda lang. At ako, ito pa, I follow you kasi parang, ang ganda ng integration niyo sa family. Parang, di ba?
It was a process po talaga. It wasn't easy at the start. But yun nga po, parang it's a work in progress and it just gets better po every day, which I'm grateful for.
Ang ganda. Ako talaga parang in the end, parang it found its way. Parang yun inaayos ng Diyos ang lahat. Parang siguro sa ginawa na sa natin sa campaign, aayusin din yan ng Diyos ang lahat. Parang yung relasyon natin, yun, inaayos yun ng Diyos ang lahat. So, if there's any song that would represent you now na hindi Rosas, and ganun pala, I wanted to ask about your influences. Sorry, dapat nauna to, pero sino ba ano si major influence in your music? And then, I'll ask you about yun. If there's one song na hindi na sa'yo, anong kanta yung nag-best nag-represent sa'yo ngayon? Your state.
Ang hirap. Wala po akong maisip ngayon, pero...
Ako para kang nag-philo orals. Sorry.
Well, may inaaral po akong song ngayon for the One Night Stand Cabaret.
Okay.
It's called Why.
Okay.
It's part of the musical na Tick Tick Boom.
Yes. Na mapapanood sa na Netflix.
Yes po, nasa Netflix. Yun yung realization niya that he wants to be exactly where he was, which was to be writing songs. And
it's
I guess,
why.
Yes, parang I guess what this whole experience taught me was I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be and I just have to keep going.
So you'll be in that One Night Stand. I won't ask you to sing now. So nandun ka di ba? The One Night Stand yung tawag niya. Ay, babalik nyo. Yay!
Yes.
At least balik yung ganyang live. And then, yun na nga. Who do you look up to? Sino yung parang kapare? Sara Bareilles? Sino pa?
Yes, Sara Bareilles. Coldplay. I was in love with Coldplay po nung high school.
Coldplay, yes.
Damien Rice. He's another singer-songwriter. And of course po, ang OPM bands and artists like Sponge Cola, Kichi Nadal, Barbie Almalves. Parang yun po yung formative years ko. Sila yung...
Pero ito, sino yung gusto mong makakollab? Agad-agad. After this.
Meron po akong list eh.
Go tell us.
Siyempre, Ben and Ben, of course.
Yes.
Up Dharma Down.
Nakausap ko, wala na disband.
And Miss Kyla, who I met nung Bacolod Rally.
During the campaign, and we never knew na she's a good friend. We never knew she had a miscarriage.
Yes po.
Di ba? Parang ang galing ng pinagdaanan. Parang, made sense and then eventually, fought for the country. Parang,
yes. Janoy Danao po.
Galing din ni Janoy. Pero paano to? Do people come up to you and say, Nica, gawan mo naman kami ng kanta. Do you get that?
As a joke po. Usually.
As a joke. Pero yung tututuhanin. Parang ganun.
Parang in a more formal way po, parang people would contact us na parang,
Meron. Or meron ba, I'll just throw in all the possibilities. Some people saying, oy, may lyrics ako, Nica, or may music ako, Nica, pwede mong gawan. Pero, are you open to that kind of
Yes,
collaboration?
I'm open na lang.
Ang galing. But other things that you want to tell the universe here, first Ateneo and then eventually the community apart from us. Parang ang ganda lang kasi, well, you're in a good place. You may be in a better place kasi, you're still healing. Pareho naman tayong lahat dyan. Pero yun nga, may pag-asa naman. So, we'll end that interview with this. Thank you. Una, gratitude kasi thank you, Nica, for representing our voices and our being, our purpose during the campaign. But what else do you want to say to our community and to our country?
Siguro, maraming salamat sa pag-embrace ng Rosas. And tuloy-tuloy lang po tayo. Sabi nga po ni BP, nang namulat hindi napipikit. At sana panghawakan natin sa ating mga puso yung pinagdaanan natin na magkakasama. Dahil nangyari yun at totoo yun, hindi siya panaginip. Kahit minsan naisip natin na parang panaginip siya. Pero posible siyang mangyari. So, yun, tuloy ko pong sinasabi ngayon, tuloy-tuloy lang po tayo.
Yun.
Para sa ating mga sariling buhay, para rin sa bayan. Yun.
Tapos in the end, no, kami nga palagi natin sinasabi, yung mga naging kaibigan natin to, parang hanggang dulo na yun. Tuloy lang hanggang dulo. Kasi yun lang nakita natin kung ano yung pwede nating makreate na sama-sama tayo. Yun yung pinagsama-samang lakas. Yun, maraming salamat. At
maraming salamat din po, sir.
Really represented us. And till soon, kami rin. Para
salamat
sa lahat. Thank you.
Stay safe po kayo.
You all go back to Ateneo. See you at Ateneo.
Yes po.
In Ateneo.
See you po.
Tapos, we'll look for that Zen Garden again.
Yes.
And look for our own Zen Garden even if we're not in Ateneo.
Yes po. Tama.
Maraming salamat.
Thank you po.
Thank
maraming
you.
salamat po.
So, we'll continue leveling up. Maraming salamat.
Salamat po.
Mga Katipuneros, it's time to level up! Your talk variety program showcasing the best in media and other fields. As we feature the most loved personalities and the best practices of what we truly refer to as Magis. Together with multi-awarded multimedia guru Mr. Noel Ferrer, let's all level up every Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. here on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.